Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. The ThinkQ, the G8 has arrived. We're gonna go ahead and crack the seal on it, get it popping and get it going. 6.2-inch display and quad HD. It's gonna be really nice. I went with the T-Mobile version so I can get this color right here. All right guys, so here we are. I'll get this set up in a minute, but you've got a 12 megapixel standard and a 16 megapixel wide angle lens on the back there. And you've got a 8 megapixel on the front. You've got a 3500 milliamp hour battery inside. Resolution on this bad boy is 3120 by 1440, 564 pixels per inch. It's 6.1 inches. That's going to be beautiful right there. This is a good compact size. I really like this size of this phone already. As you can see, I went with the T-Mobile version because I wanted this color right here. Didn't want the black, didn't want the gray. Snapdragon 855 octa-core inside. This should be pretty interesting, man. That ultra wide lens should be really sweet. I'm ready to get this going. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. The T-Mobile version doesn't come with a case or anything, so I got a case already. And I'll show you that, and I've got tempered glass and everything. I'll show you that too. But for now, this is about the phone and my first impressions. And feel in hand, you know, right away, feel in hand is actually really sweet. This is $619, which is another reason why I got it on T-Mobile, because I can basically have it unlocked for 620 bucks instead of paying $8.99 or $8.50 or whatever the other places are. Best Buy actually has it for $6.99, and then B&H has it for $6.99. But $620, that's a killer deal for the stuff that's inside, man. So you can see the front display here, that OLED display. I think it's going to be pretty interesting, man. So we should see how this goes. Let me get this set up and I'll be right back. So one important thing I wanted to point out here is that in the setup, as soon as you start going here, it lets you decide what you want to do, whether you want to turn that area off at the top or you want to leave it on. So I'll just turn it off for now, because you can go into the settings and you can actually change that later. So let's continue with the setup. All right guys, we're back and it's doing a restore setting up here. I'm running Android 9 in the March 1st security patch. I wanted to start with that. But yeah, here we are, man. So it's getting set up. Starting over here, these are my apps starting to install. This Facebook right here is spam, and you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have it to where I can, oh good, I can uninstall it, thank goodness. So I can get rid of that. I can get rid of this McAfee security or whatever if I want to. I'll leave that for now. I don't have a problem with that. But this is how the phone is going to come to you, and I'll start setting this up. But this is what it is. I really like this wallpaper. This wallpaper is really sweet. So taking a look around the phone here, again, you've got that beautiful Quad HD display. The phone is flat on the sides. It's hard to explain, but it's a nice thickness to this phone that feels really good. So it's really flat on the sides, and it gives the phone what it needs for when you're holding it, if you don't plan on wearing a case or anything. You can see some antenna lines right here. This is the SIM tray and the SD card slot. This is the power button. This is the dedicated button here. I was gonna say Bixby, oh Lord. This is a dedicated button for Google, and it's the volume rockers. I chose to set up face instead of fingerprint reader, but I'll set up fingerprint reader later. This is the headphone jack, obviously Type-C microphone and speaker out down there. And then if you notice, there's no earpiece up here because it uses that technology where it uses a screen to make calls, and I can't wait to test that out. So setting up this facial recognition, see if I can do it from behind the camera. Yeah, setting up this that animation is sweet. Setting up this facial recognition is actually exactly like my iPhone. Pretty crazy. So what I'm gonna do right now, get a whole bunch of stuff not to fall off camera here. I'm gonna sit it down. I'm gonna give you a couple of size comparisons real quick, just with the phones that are right here by me that I currently rock with. So here it is next to the Sony. You can see how big it is next to the Sony. It's about the same height as the Sony. The Sony's a little bit taller, and obviously the Sony's narrower. And then here's my Pixel 3. You can see. So man, that facial recognition is quick. So a couple of comparisons in size real quick. So a lot of my phones are in cases, and you know, I didn't want to take them out of all the cases, so that's what it is. But I'll do that in another video, I guess. But it's setting up, it's restoring, and I'm feeling that. The phone application installed, I can't wait to check that out. That might be kind of sweet. That's the Google phone app. But yeah, man, I'm gonna actually shoot some video real quick with this phone because I'm really excited about that. So you swipe over here, you get the Google feed, which I think is pretty sweet. It's doing this initial setup. Bam, nice. This phone feels really, really good in hand, man. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go into the security and go into fingerprint reader. And I'm going to go ahead and add a finger. Go next. So I can unlock it with my finger or my face. All right. So it's letting me know to flip it over. As you can see, I turned off the cutout at the top. And I'm going to add 2 fingers. All right. I'm going to add another one. This fingerprint reader should be pretty quick. The facial recognition is actually pretty quick. Doing it from behind the camera, you know, it doesn't work as fast, but yeah, this is pretty sweet. So let's just go ahead and shut it down real quick and see if it actually will unlock it. Yeah, sweet. I like that animation. That's pretty sweet, man. That is pretty sweet. So yeah, initially when I was setting the phone up, it didn't register my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I don't know, but it just didn't. But it picked it up eventually when I got into the phone. So this is going to be really nice, man. 6 gigs of RAM, I believe, in this right here. And 128 gigs of storage. And then you can also do up to a 512 gigabyte card. So that is going to be something right there, man. Actually, you can do up to a 2 terabyte card. My bad. So 128 gigs of storage, 103 is available, it says. So it's installing all of my apps and everything. And you know, just first impressions, folks, man, I like the way this phone feels. This is a pretty decent size, considering that, you know, some of the phones that I use. This is a pretty good size. It's not that much bigger than the Pixel 3. But it's got a bigger screen, obviously. So this will be pretty nice. I've got some tempered glasses coming in. The screen looks curved for sure. The screen looks curved, but we'll see how that plays out with my tempered glass. Again, I have a case and everything. I just jumped on Amazon. I'm gonna actually get an OtterBox for this. I found it on Amazon too for it's on sale for $32 or $36 compared to the $60, almost double the OtterBox is charging. And I got me a little thin TPU case. I'm trying not to knock stuff off over again. Got me a little TPU case, you know, just off Amazon. I'll show you that in another video. But you know, first impressions, man. I'm really feeling this. And I'm gonna go ahead and put up some video of the front camera and the rear camera right now, just right here in the office. I'm not gonna go downstairs. It's like 90 degrees outside. I'm not trying to go outside right now. But at least not to shoot any video. I'll give you an official camera review later on, but you guys know how to do. My camera reviews are super simple, man. It's nothing fancy. I shoot the same area, you know, just to let you guys know this is how it gets down. So it's your man Jay. Check out this camera footage real quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, this your man Jay with the front camera video. You can see how this thing is getting down. It looks really good through the viewfinder, man. Let me make sure I'm not covering up any microphones or anything on the whole of the phone, but this is looking pretty good right here, man. This is looking pretty tight. All right, guys, so there you have it, man. There's a little bit of camera footage for you. It's getting all my apps set up. I'm loving it. The phone is very fluid, you know what I'm saying? It's really, really sweet. This is IP68 and dust and waterproof. It's got that military grade 810G compliant that they always do. Gorilla Glass 5. You know, this should be really interesting to use. I'm really ready to kick this off as a daily driver. And you know, just again, first impressions, I'm impressed, man. This thing is beautiful. Not to mention this costs less than the Galaxy S10e on T-Mobile, and this is probably the smarter purchase of those two, because you're getting all the same internals, but you're getting a high resolution display and pretty much better cameras overall from what I can see right now. So it's your man Jay, you know what I'm saying? First impressions, yes. I mean, I'm loving it so far, man. This is just straight out of the box. I think this is going to be a fun one. The 3500 milliamp hour battery inside, my headphone jack. I can't wait to make phone calls on here just to see how that's going to be. But other than that, man, I'm pretty impressed so far. The build quality is actually really, really sweet. So look for a lot more content on this, and I'll compare it probably to other phones, you know what I'm saying, for photos and things like that. But that video footage that I just shot on here, off the charts. The one thing though, you can't shoot more than 6 minutes at 4K at 60 FPS, which that's fine with me. You know, you just have to chop it up if you want to use this, or get your one take Jake on. But I'm glad I got the T-Mobile version because, you know, I do this every now and then. You guys know I buy a T-Mobile phone because I have T-Mobile if I want the color. But this red, man, this red is a deep red. It's really boss. I really like it, man. So it's hot in my hand. The phone is heating up because it's doing that restore. But other than that, it's not too bad. But it's a little warm to the touch. But after it settles down, it's gonna be fire, just like everything else, man. From some of these companies that bring these beautiful colors out, man. Snapdragon 855 in the house, man. I'm really ready and excited to start using this. I'm never gonna get tired of that animation though. That's clean. That's real boss. So I get this all set up, man, and look for a camera review probably tomorrow and the next day or so. Look for my first 48, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, the normal rundown. I'm feeling this one. The software doesn't feel too clunky, you know what I'm saying? Even though this is LG skin on here, you can only really see their skin in here, you know what I'm saying? So don't believe the hype. This is a nice phone, at least for me it is, and the price is what, $620. Again, that's a better offering than the Galaxy S10e. And I'm not just going to compare it to the Galaxy S10e. I'm just saying, as far as price wise, if you're trying to stay under a certain budget, definitely grab this. But when you compare it to the Galaxy S10, I don't have the 10, but you know, I'll probably go check out someone who has the 10, because I was going to purchase the 10, but I was like, I'm holding off. Once I saw this phone's price, I was like, I got to stick with this right here because I'm getting all the same internals. And if Samsung has a skin, LG has a skin. That's neither here nor there. Performance is what I'm talking about, and the Snapdragon 855 should roll along. But I'm guessing these cameras are probably definitely going to be better than the Galaxy S10's cameras for sure. It's your man Jay. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and first impressions. Take care.